We visit a place where turning art into a paycheck is part of the curriculum. It's all straight ahead on tonight's Life and Times. Parents often wince when they hear this coming from their son or daughter. Mom, Dad, I want to be an artist. Well, take heart, Mom and Dad. Having artistic ambitions doesn't necessarily mean eating tuna casserole every night. In fact, I visited a prominent art school in Los Angeles where the message is quite the opposite. This is Otis College of Art and Design, just a stone's throw away from LAX. It's a 4-year private college where students hone their talents in fine art, fashion, toy design, graphics and writing, illustration and animation. Gee, this sure beats chemistry. And the man in charge of this art factory? Hong Kong-born Sammy Hoy. His father was in the Chinese furniture business, and his family came to the U.S. when Sammy was 17. He went on to Columbia University and graduated from the prestigious Parsons School of Design in New York.
Otis is the most ethnically diverse private art school in the entire country. Over 55% of our students are students of color, so we encourage them.
5 years ago, Sammy Hoy left the Corcoran in Washington, D.C. to become the president of Otis College of Art and Design. Their philosophy?
At Otis, we don't believe in the concept of starving artists and designers, so we want to make sure that our education prepare our students for the real world and for career success.
My visit coincided with the exhibit of senior projects, the culmination of years of study and hard work. First stop, fashion.
So this is a project where we work with a well-known New York-based designer, Yo-Lee Tang. She wants a project look at recycling and responsibility to sustainability in the world. So the students really have to use either recycled materials or organic materials. They cannot make this dress with any power tool, so no sewing machines. Everything is hand-dyed, hand-sewn, reusing existing materials. And these are reused collars, reused shirts, and they look fantastic on the runway.
And every year, a fashion show sponsored by top designers gives students a chance to compete.
Direction. Combine printed chiffon with recycled vintage sweaters to create contemporary dresses inspired by the late 60s. Junior class mentor, David Meister.
So for that one, camera looking down would be okay?
Yeah. Just down the hall from the fashion exhibit were 3 students hovered over a computer screen. No voices or sound effects yet, but the imagery in this animation is impressive. And then there is toy design. Otis's program is only one of 2 toy design programs in the country. So a lot of people think, oh gee, design toys, you just play all day.
Yes, they do play, they have a lot of fun, but it's also very hard work. They work till midnight and sometimes early morning because this is basically an industrial design program with toy as a focus. So the students learn child psychology, market research, presentation, and also some engineering as well because they have to make the toy functional and safe, and of course a lot of design.
And even some of the toys are designed to bring in a little pocket money.
This is Chomper's lemonade stand, and this stand goes up. And it rolls and kids roll around and then selling their lemonade.
And with partners like Mattel, Disney, Hasbro, Fisher-Price, and Lego, potential employers can become acquainted with potential employees. This one you can move things around yourself.
Yes, you can move things around yourself and be very creative and create your own little monster toys to your liking. Different hair, or the hair can be a beard. Yes, exactly. And the eyes can come up here if you like.
Oh, that's cute. I would imagine your students get snapped up right away.
Yes, it's a very small program. Each year we graduate just about 20 students, and we have pretty much 100% placement rate right after graduation.
So no starving toy designers?
Definitely not.
Next stop, communication arts, where social commentary is welcome. This comic book superhero is, well, not exactly Superman.
Where a student has, who's an artist has collaborated with his wife, who's a writer, on creating a new story and a new book based on a transgender superhero, because in society today, in all the comic books, there's really no role model for the transgender population.
And then there's this piece. Remember FEMA Chief Michael Brown of Hurricane Katrina fame? Well, the student behind this work says Brown was a scapegoat, that officials were gambling on the levees. that reforms were mere band-aids.
Then with so much media involvement, you'd have people shooting these people and from their helicopter and not using their helicopter to get them out of the water. It's kind of ridiculous.
And I think the whole point is that our students can know that creativity, social mission, and their personal dreams can really come together in a powerful way.
But between the politics, toy design, fashion, and animation, is there any training in fine art?
So this is the fine arts portion of our class of 2006 exhibitions. And so some of the pieces in here, for example, will illustrate the philosophy of the school, that we want our students to be fully creative, but at the same time very smart in terms of the content of the work and smart in terms of how to relating a socially relevant messages to the world if the students choose to. For example, the works over here are about students who are very interested to examine kind of the masculine psychology of society. So both about the humorous aspect, but also some of the violent aspect as well. Over here, there is a student who's a little older, African-American background, who's coming to the school, very interested in expressing her cultural heritage, but also interested in rectifying some of the stereotypical media images of Africans and African-Americans whose images often appear in media in impoverished or tragedy-stricken circumstances.
Even after 4 years of concentration in one area, there's no guarantee that students will end up there.
We have had fine arts graduates who become the visual arts supervisor of Lord of the Rings and has won 3 Oscars, back to back. And we also have graphic designers who end up being very successful fine arts gallerists, or fine artists who end up being gallery administrators or museum administrators.
Sammy Hoy is a case in point. He got into Columbia Law School, graduated, passed the bar, then promptly said goodbye to law and made a beeline for art school. And here he is today, head of a vibrant art college with more than 1,000 students ranging in age from 18 to 60. What is the thing that's drawing so many students to art these days?
Well, we live in a visual culture nowadays. You're surrounded by movies, video games, images on billboards and on video screen. So I think the younger generations nowadays are very familiar with the power of visual communication. At the same time, our economy is very driven by the so-called creative class nowadays as well. So if you look at the Los Angeles industry, for example, the top half of the revenue-generating industries of Los Angeles are tourism, the movie industry, fashion, toy, furnishing. You really can group them and call them the creative economy of Los Angeles. So there are jobs available, there is a cultural gestalt that encourages engagement with the visual media, and all this I think combines to make for a very welcoming platform for students to come and study art and design.
And that's our program. I'm Val Zavala. For everyone at Life and Times, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.